This dark Friday morning, Good Friday. Today we look at the window entitled The Crucifixion. Has the upward posts of 3 crosses with the traditional INRI in English written across it. After a mock trial by the religious authorities of the Jewish people and the Roman political leaders, after being mocked by Herod, being placed in a fake royal robe, Jesus was sent to Pilate for final sentencing. And Pilate seeks to even wash his hands of this sham prosecution of Jesus, and yet the crowd is the one that continues to scream, "Crucify him, crucify him." He's been forsaken by most all of his followers. It's just a bad day. Today we'll be reading from Mark's Gospel, chapter 15, and I'm going to be picking up at verse 21 and reading through the crucifixion story. They compelled a passerby who was coming in from the country to carry Jesus' cross. It was Simon of Cyrene, the father of Alexander and Rufus. Then they brought Jesus to the place called Golgotha, which means the place of the skull. They offered him wine mixed with myrrh, but he did not take it. And they crucified him and divided his clothes among them, casting lots to decide what each should do or each should take. It was 9 o'clock in the morning when they crucified him. The inscription of the charge against him read, "The King of the Jews, Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews." And with him they crucified 2 bandits, one on his right and one on his left. Those who passed by mocked him, shaking their heads, saying, "Ah, you who would destroy the temple and build it in 3 days, save yourself and come down from the cross." In the same way, the chief priests, along with the scribes, were also mocking him among themselves, saying, "He saved others, he cannot save himself. Let the Messiah, the King of Israel, come down from the cross now so that we may see and believe." Those who were crucified with him also taunted him. When it was noon, darkness came over the whole land until 3 p.m. At 3 o'clock, Jesus cried out with a loud voice, "Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani," which means, my God, why have you forsaken me?" When some of the bystanders heard it, they said, "Listen, he's calling for Elijah." And someone ran, filled a sponge with sour wine, put it on a stick, and gave it to him to drink, saying, "Wait, let's see whether Elijah will come to take him down." Then Jesus gave a loud cry and breathed his last. And the curtain of the temple was torn in 2 from top to bottom. Now when the centurion, who stood facing him, saw that in this way he breathed his last, he said, "Truly, this man was God's Son." There were also women looking on from a distance. Among them were Mary Magdalene, and Mary the mother of James the younger, and Joses and Salome. These used to follow him and provide for him when he was in Galilee, and there were many women who had come up with him to Jerusalem. God, on this day, we don't know what to say. We sit in darkness.